December 21st, 2020, what I believe is going to happen. Now, keep in mind that in 2019, we were very expansive. The world economy was growing. People had jobs. People were expanding their horizons. Travel was at an all-time high. Come to 2020, everything was very constrictive. It's been a very constrictive year for people in almost every walk of life. People aren't traveling. People are working out of their home, or maybe they're not even working at all. And so it's been an extremely constrictive year. So think of 2019 expansive, 2020 constrictive. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen on the winter solstice 2020. Hi, everyone. Robert Zink, miracle mentor and alchemy life coach. And today we are soaring high like a big, beautiful eagle. And we're always flying in the direction of your dreams and goals. We believe that you deserve a life of personal empowerment. And that's what this channel is all about. Personal empowerment through the law of attraction. Be sure and subscribe. Click that bell icon because we're here all the time, around the clock, with new videos for you. Okay, so December 21st is around the corner, 2020. I want you to think about this now. 2019 was extremely expansive. 2020 was extremely constrictive. Now I want you to think about the Great Conjunction. The Great Conjunction is between Saturn, a planet that represents constriction, and Jupiter, a planet that represents expansion. So what happens when we have a conjunction is that we take the combined energy of these two planets and we put them together. Now, think about this just for a moment, high flyers. If you have vibrational energy, but you don't form that energy into anything, you don't constrict it in some way, it doesn't become anything new. It remains what it is, expansive vibrational energy, but it's not formed into anything. So let me give you an example. Let's say you have a big pile of clay. It's wet. It's ready to be formed. Now you sit at the potter's wheel and you begin shaving some of it away and you begin pushing it together and you begin constricting it into a form, into something usable. That's what December 21st, the winter solstice, is all about. It's an opportunity to form something very, very special in your life through expansion and through constriction. Now, high flyers, different energies affect different people depending on their journey and depending on how effectively they use the law of attraction. So let's think back to the 1930s. It was a time of Great Depression. The majority of the world was in a restrictive cocoon. In other words, nothing was working for them. They weren't finding jobs. Food was scarce. Housing was scarce. Unemployment was at an all-time high. I mean, things were very desperate. And they weren't just desperate for a month or two. They were desperate for a long period of time, years. So what happened? Most people struggled. Most people were poor. And it took the war of World War II and the military economy, building things for the military, to pull most people back out of it. In other words, they went to work in the military, they went into the service, or they went to work building ships or building tanks or something like that. And that's how the economy got moving again. But it wasn't an internal um, imperative for most people. And so most people struggled. Now, this is very important. Did you know, other than recent times, that more millionaires were made during the Great Depression than any other time in history? More people became millionaires, became wealthy. Why? Because they weren't on the same mental vibrational path as the majority of people. While the majority of people were tuned into one frequency, there were those people who chose to be tuned into a different frequency, a different reality. So, high flyers, keeping that in mind, I believe that December 21st is a pivotal moment of personal transformation if you choose to claim it. It's very important. You must be willing to claim it. Old beliefs on a societal level are being challenged. Some of the old beliefs are worth preserving, some are not. And use the power of the winter solstice along with the great conjunction to literally catapult yourself through a tunnel of darkness, what some would call the dark night, through a tunnel of darkness quickly into a new reality, 2021. Another year of transformation, but it's a different kind of year of transformation. This is a bridge year to 2022. We'll talk about that in a moment. So, high flyers, we're going to see change taking place after December 21st, 2020, on a social level, on governmental levels, on spiritual levels, and most importantly, on personal levels. This is an incredible opportunity for you to use the forces of nature. I'm talking about your relationship. I'm talking about your finances. I'm talking about your career. I'm talking about whatever it is that's important to you. So, high flyers, before we go any further, I want to personally invite you to mastermanifesting2021.com. Look at, if you don't do anything else on December 21st, during this great conjunction and during the winter solstice, if you don't do anything else, spend 2 hours, invest 2 hours in empowering your life for the coming year, making 2021 a incredible bridge year of prosperity, abundance, happiness, and wealth to 2022, which may be, I think at this point, is beyond even knowing. I mean, the potential of what you can be doing and where you can be at in your life in 2022 is beyond even understanding at this point. But this is the beginning of it. This is the beginning, December 21st, 2020. So visit us at mastermanifesting2021.com. We expanded the number of people that can attend, but we're again running out of room. And of course, we're running out of time because, well, we just are. So anyway, visit it right now. Thank you. So, high flyers, look at our lives the way that they have been in 2020. We live in a world where prior to 2020 and COVID, neighbors didn't even know each other. They didn't even know each other's names. They'd say hi, maybe not even wave hello. Now they have masks over their face. They're afraid. They've been baptized by the social media and the news media to be living in a state of desperation and fear. Are you living in fear? Has this been a year of desperation? Whatever it has been for you, it can be so much more, so much better in a year of unconditional love, a year of transformation and growth and expansion. And it begins December 21st during the winter solstice and the Great Conjunction. Unlimited expansive energy through Jupiter and constrictive energy, taking that expansion and forming it into an intention, high flyers with Saturn. And the last time this date happened was 1623. So high flyers, December 21st during the winter solstice and the Great Conjunction is a transformational tunnel. Say, it's a new beginning for me. Now, I don't care if you're all the way up here. There are no limits and no boundaries to your greatness, to how high you can fly, to the highest version of yourself, because the highest version of yourself has no boundaries. It has no limits. It's the God force energy literally being expressed through you in your life. This is you living your dreams. And it begins December 21st, 2020. The cycles of life, the winter solstice, along with the Great Conjunction, provide an opportunity to ascend to the highest version of yourself and unlock the keys of manifesting greatness and power like you have never done before. And that's not just possible for you as an individual, that's possible for all of us as a society. But because we have free will, we have choice. Whether we want to take this opportunity and expand upon it and act upon it, or whether we want to take this opportunity and ignore it and just simply believe it's another day in the calendar. Choice is ours. I believe that people have been doing many exercises, some good, some not so good, taking drugs, hallucinogenics, alcohol, all in an attempt to escape the 3D world and expand into the 5D world. But you see, the 3D world isn't about escaping. The 3D world is about perfecting. So all of those methods and techniques may be right for some people, but they're not right for most people. It doesn't take drugs or alcohol to move you into a higher version of yourself. Usually, it's going to move you into a lower version of you. What it takes, high flyers, is your internal desire to want to soar to your highest potential, to realizing that there is something beyond you, beyond the five senses, beyond what you can see and touch, that you can experience. And by experiencing it and living it, by ascending to the highest vibrational point of your potential at this given moment, you can unlock all the mysteries that are holding you back from manifesting the relationship you desire, the money you desire, the happiness you desire, the spiritual connection that you crave. December 21st is about you making the choice to rise to your highest version. It isn't about the universe doing it to you. I remember there were all kinds of people, millions of people, when the Mayan calendar came to an end in 2012, who believed that all of a sudden everybody was going to ascend. It doesn't work that way. We're free will beings on our own journey. People ascend or descend by their own choice. And it's your choice right now to have the help and guidance and aid of the forces of nature in the universe to ascend to your highest potential, to begin that ascension process on December 21st, 2020. I believe, high flyers, this is about you using your imagination and your spiritual internal powers to not live a life of what is, but live a life of what can be. Think about it for a moment. What can be? Now fill in the blank. What can be in your life that isn't in your life right now? What can be in your life that will affect other people's lives in a positive, beautiful way? What can be in our collective life together that we're not living right now? I believe December 21st, 2020 is the beginning to answering that question and seeing the results of asking the question to begin with. I know it's a little esoteric, but there you go. This is about what can be in your life. You have no limits and you have no boundaries, but it's never going to be done for you. The universe isn't all of a sudden going to have a special date or a special time or a special conjunction where you automatically shift. This is your journey, and you have to make the choice. No one will make it for you. Want to invite you again to mastermanifesting2021.com. It's on December 21st. So we're out of time. If you wish to register, I promise you it will be an experience that will help catapult you into the life, the intentions that you deserve and desire to live. Here's some other videos to help you on your journey.